On the campaign trail in 2024, President Trump looked voters in the eye and promised them he would sign the largest tax cuts in the history of our country. And on Independence Day last year, President Trump and congressional Republicans delivered, passing the largest tax cut in history for working and middle-class Americans, including no tax on tips, overtime, and Social Security.
Nice.
They also passed unprecedented tax relief for small businesses, farmers, workers, and families. With tax day officially here, the numbers prove these tax cuts have been nothing short of extraordinary.
Yes.
More than 53 million filers claimed at least one of President Trump's signature new tax cuts. The average refund this filing season is more than $3,400.
Wow.
The Trump administration has issued more refunds and larger refunds than in any year of the history of our country. And I will allow Secretary Bessent to break down the numbers in greater detail. President Trump and Republicans in Congress have always believed that the American people know how to spend their money better than the government does. But what the American people must not forget is that every single Democrat in Congress voted against these tax refunds. The media has largely omitted this fact and other critical details in their stories covering the benefits of the Trump tax cuts. If the Democrats in Congress had gotten their way and blocked President Trump's historic legislation, Americans would have faced the largest tax hike in history, nearly $4 trillion.
Right.
The average taxpayer would have seen a 22% increase in their tax rates. Democrats in Congress have proven over and over again that they are the affordability frauds who believe the government should keep more of the American people's hard-earned money. This president and Republicans in Congress fundamentally believe that Americans deserve to keep more of their hard-earned paychecks.
Exactly.
It's a clear contrast for American families to keep in mind. So
It's very nice, you know. Look at what is happening right now. We are witnessing a history. And it's time we call it what is it? What it is, you know. A president who actually loved the people, especially Americans. I look at the world today, the way I look at the world today, and I have to ask, you know, how can you not love this man? How? You know, for years, politicians have looked us in the eye and told us what we need, what we wanted to hear, then only to disappear once they got to the White House. But not Donald Trump. You know, what we are seeing today isn't just a policy. It's a man of his word. Every major move he is making right now is a direct fulfillment of the promises he made on the campaign trail last 2024. You know, he promised American people he would sign a largest tax cut in history of our country. And he delivered. While the critics said it couldn't be done, he was busy making sure working class and middle class Americans keep more of their hard-earned money. Right? We're talking about no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security. The numbers don't lie. Over 53 million people are already seeing the benefits. These 53 million people are in the middle class, the minimum wager, with average refund hitting over $3,400. This is the kind of leadership that puts the power back into the hand of the families, the farmers, and the small business owners who are the heartbeat of this nation. You know, let's be clear. This is the promise that put him back in the White House. Remember that? Every major move that he is doing now, it was all a promise during the campaign trail, and Trump is fulfilling it. And how can we not love this man? He's not a liar. You know, he told us that he believed that the American people know how to spend their money better than the government ever could. And he stayed true to that belief against all odds. Despite all the critics, despite all the Democrats' effort, he delivered. While other single Democrat in Congress tried to block these refunds, President Trump stood his ground for you, for me, for us American people. You know, he isn't just a politician. He is a man who keeps his word. He's a president for the people. And he's providing it every single day by doing exactly what he said he would do. That's why he's back. And he will win again for the second term, for sure. And that's why the people love him. So, anyway, what are your thoughts about this progress? Let me know your thoughts down below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I'm out. Peace!